As we learned earlier in the course, rear-end collisions are the most common type of collision. If you rear-end the car in front of you, you are more than likely responsible for the collision. We have gathered the following tips on how to preserve your front space cushion. Don't try to squeeze into a gap that is too small. Leave yourself a big enough space cushion. Watch for vehicles around you. Use your mirrors and turn signals. Turn your head to look quickly to the side before changing lanes. Leave 3 seconds of space between you and the vehicle ahead. Make sure you can stop safely if you must. If you have to cross several lanes, take them one at a time. Filter through traffic slowly. If you stop to wait until all lanes are clear, you will tie up traffic and may cause a collision.
Keep enough space between your car and the car ahead so that you'll have a bigger picture of what lies down the road and steering will be easier. You could travel in the center of the lane instead of hugging one side or the other to let you see. Most rear-end accidents are caused by following too closely. To avoid this, use the 3-second rule. When the vehicle ahead of you passes a certain point, such as a sign, count 1001, 1002, 1003. This takes about 3 seconds. If you pass the same point before you finish counting, you're following too closely. At faster speeds, the distance should be greater. Sometimes you will need more than a 3-second cushion. Give yourself a 4-second or more cushion. Keep a space cushion on each side of your car. Don't drive in the blind spot of another driver. The other driver may not see your car and could change lanes and hit you. Avoid driving alongside other cars on multi-lane streets. Someone may crowd your lane or try to change lanes and pull into you. Move ahead of the other car or drop back. Keep as much space as you can between yourself and the oncoming traffic. On multi-lane streets, stay out of the lane next to the center lane if you can. That way you'll have more room to avoid an oncoming car that suddenly swerves towards you. This is very important at intersections where another driver could turn left without giving a signal. If possible, make room for vehicles entering freeways even though you have the right of way. At freeway exits, don't drive alongside other cars. A driver on the freeway may pull off suddenly, or a driver leaving may swerve back on. Keep a space between yourself and parked cars. Someone may step out from between them. Car door may open. A car may start to pull out suddenly. Be careful when driving near bicycles. A bicycle rider could be seriously hurt in an accident. Always leave plenty of room between your car and any bicycle. Watch carefully for bicycles before turning. Let's talk about keeping a cushion behind, and I'm not talking about junk in the trunk. Watch for tailgaters. If one is following you, be careful. Brake slowly before stopping. Tap your brake lightly a few times to warn the tailgater before you slow down. Your brake lights will flash. Lose the tailgater as soon as you can by changing lanes. If you can't change lanes, slow down enough to encourage the tailgater to go around you. If this does not work, pull off the road when it is safe and let the tailgater pass. Here's some more tips. When you're crowded by a tailgater, you should allow extra room between your car and the car ahead. Then, if you need to slow down, you can do so gradually. You'll be able to avoid braking suddenly and being hit from behind by the tailgater. On slippery roads, if the car ahead should slow or stop, you'll need more distance to stop your car. When following motorcycles, if the motorcycle falls, you'll have to avoid hitting the rider. Motorcycles fall more often on wet or icy roads, on metal surfaces such as bridge gratings or railroad tracks, and on gravel. When the driver behind you wants to pass, slow down to allow room in front of your car so the driver will have space to move into. When you're pulling a trailer or carrying a heavy load, the extra weight makes it harder to stop. When following large vehicles that block your view ahead, you need the extra room to see around the vehicle and to the sides. When you're stopped in traffic on a hill, the vehicle ahead may roll back into your car when it starts up. Never assume another driver will share space with you. Leave space to cross or enter. When you cross or enter traffic from a full stop, you're going to need a large enough gap from cars approaching in either direction to get moving from a full stop or to get up to the speed of other vehicles. You need a gap that is about half a block on city streets, about a full block on the highway. When you cross through traffic, you need enough room to get all the way across. Stopping halfway across is only safe when there's a median, the center divider, large enough to hold your car. If you're crossing lanes or turning, make sure there are no cars or people blocking the path ahead of the path or to the side. You don't want to be caught in an intersection with traffic coming at you. That would be bad. Even if you have the green light, don't start to enter the intersection if there are cars blocking your way. It is against the law to enter an intersection unless there's space to get completely across it. You can receive a citation if you block other traffic.